Hello and welcome to today's reflection. My name is Vicky Raby and our reading today is taken from Matthew chapter 7 verses 1 to 12. I'll be looking at verses 1 to 5 and verse 12. Don't pick on people, jump on their failures, criticize their faults, unless, of course, you want the same treatment. That critical spirit has a way of boomeranging. It's easy to see a smudge on your neighbour's face and be oblivious to the ugly sneer on your own. Do you have the nerve to say, "Let me wash your face for you," when your own face is distorted by contempt? It's this whole travelling roadshow mentality all over again, playing a holier-than-thou part instead of just living your part. Wipe that ugly sneer off your own face, and you might be fit to offer a washcloth to your neighbour. Here is a simple rule of thumb guide for behaviour. Ask yourself what you want people to do for you, then grab the initiative and do it for them. Add up God's law and prophets, and this is what you get. Backseat driving. We've all been there. You're sat in the passenger seat with very little control over what is happening in the journey, and it can then be tempting to analyse the route the driver is taking or think about how you would have done it. Maybe you would have overtook on that stretch or turned left down the coast road. We voice this, and then maybe there's tension in the car. We've become the backseat driver. Then there's the over-the-counter employee, where you're being served at a till and can see a clear way to make the worker's life easier. So we want to suggest that they write extra notes on their appointment slot in their diary because of something we've spoken about, or give them tips on how to pour a pint. We voice these, and then there's an awkward feeling between the two of you. We've become the over-the-counter employee. But what we don't take into account is how it affects the other person. When we make our suggestions as good as our intentions are, we are telling the other person we don't trust them to get us somewhere or provide the right service, and end up criticising their decision. This in turn seems like we're picking apart their faults and inferring that they failed at the task. The funny thing is, when we have a backseat driver or someone telling us how to do our job, we get frustrated. The simple phrase, "love our neighbour as ourselves," can be linked, therefore, with this passage. Do unto them as you've had done unto you. Treat them with the respect, trust, and love that you'd hope people would have towards you. Everyone is doing their best. Everyone approaches life trying to make the best situation out of it. No one, unless intending like a road trip, will take the longest route possible, or is trying to make their service as convoluted as possible. Putting trust into others and having faith in them with the help of God can create a better experience for these situations.